special guest. Take it away, guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Jason. Now, a man you've never met looks into your eyes and accurately describes your personality, talents, and even your relationships with loved ones.
Sounds like science fiction. Our guest says it's fact. We welcome John Maluso, the author of the book eyeTalk. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning, John.
It's a pleasure being here.
Don't know if we want you here.
I'm like, tell us a little bit about your theory, about your message in your book.
Well, basically, this system is an evolution of two things. A psychological profile based on the iris of the eye that an instructor from Harvard Medical School says it will be a leader in the future, and neuro-linguistic programming, which was a communication style of understanding communications. Both of them are about 20 years old, and what I did was synthesize them, brought them together, and allowing them to understand how you best communicate by understanding the patterns of your eyes.
Okay.
This is really important because, especially as you know, the society that we live in, what we're talking about is people flying planes into buildings. That's a demonstration of tremendous disconnection between humanity. We weren't really communicating with those people, not understanding them. Unfortunately, that miscommunication happens not only between Arabs and us, but people in our family. We sometimes feel that we're more connected to our remote control, which is fine for TV.
Right.
And at the same time, it's nice to have a dialogue with each other and communicate. And one of the ways that I feel that the miscommunication happens is that we're almost into a different language. El Paso is being perfect here. We are in a bilingual culture here. If you go across the border to Mexico, if you tried to speak English and do business, it may not be as well received as if you at least attempt to speak Spanish. That happens in a silent way with the patterns in our eyes. I've discovered that there are basically 4 hidden languages in the way we communicate, the style, the tonal inflection, the body posture. And unless you understand your style, and the styles around you, there is miscommunication, and then you know the damage that occurs.
Well, how can we use our eyes to help enhance our relationships?
Well, actually, this slide here it says auditory language. This happens to be Robert's style of language.
Oh.
Garcia, with the surname of Garcia, naturally, auditory spontaneity is a part of who he is. Very spontaneous and emotional. He has a tendency of possibly even exploding with that emotion.
Really? Well, I have certainly never seen that.
But there's a feeling of compassion and friendliness that no matter how credible his communication style on screen is, there is a friendliness and a warmth that is natural for him. And that's, to a large degree, your pattern as well.
Was that his eye up there?
Well, no, his eye's probably going to come up right now.
Oh, okay.
And we'll talk about his in-depth. There he is. Now, some of the interesting patterns, as I mentioned, not only do you see sort of flower-like petals, but the location of those petals will talk a lot about himself. Now, one of the things that, and it's difficult to see for me, but looking at it earlier, one of the things that I saw was that he would have liked more of a heart-to-heart connection, especially with his mom, and that compassion, that a desire to extend comes out in the tone of his voice. So people hear the tone of his voice, the warmth in his tone of voice, and it really is quite healing for people.
Wow. That's why we have so many viewers in the morning, huh, Robert?
That's right, especially ladies.
Okay. And then...
Well, and for you, some interesting thing. Here we are, Hillary's pattern. One of the things that Hillary has, you'll see not only the openings, like we're talking about, but a couple of little flecks. That means that you are feeling and thinking at the same time. Sometimes those pull in different directions, right? In fact, I was sharing earlier with you when I looked at your eyes, the haptic personality style, and that's a language style whole into itself, you will lean towards that emotional auditory spontaneity. But because of that thinking, you will, just when you are going to respond to something, you'll think about it and you'll be out of sync.
We're getting a wrap in the middle of my analysis here.
We'll get back to you later.
Yes, we're going to have to keep talking. I think Jason's going to pull you up. But the main reason you're here is because you're in town because you're going to be giving a little speech. You want to go ahead and tell us about that?
What the Eye Reveals will be Monday night, tonight, 7 to 9 p.m., and it's at 1420 Alabama.
Okay.
You can get the information on the phone on the screen, and anyone that comes that sees the program will get a free photo of their eyes.
Oh.
So all the viewers out there,
you'll find out a lot about yourself.
Exactly who you are, what you are.
And I think Jason wants an analysis of his eyes, so stick around for a few minutes. We're not done with you yet. We have more to tell you on Good Morning El Paso today.
When we come back, our ABCs of Health report shows you how it's never too late to stop smoking.